Hello, I'm so glad you've joined me today at Liz at Home. I'm going to pour some strawberry cheesecake tea into my nice, pretty teacup for a change that I'm going to enjoy while we chat about alcohol markers. So let me put that aside and that aside. One of my lovely subscribers asked me to share my art supplies with you, so I decided I would love to do that, but I have quite a large supply of art supplies. So I decided that I will start with alcohol markers first. And I have quite a large number of alcohol markers, so I don't want this video to be too long, so I might divide it into two. But let me start and see how we go, because this is something that I can't really speed up. So putting the tea aside, I'll first share what alcohol markers I own. All right, so starting with the less expensive, I have the Bic markers, which are really nice. And I'm going to show you some of the colors. I've got here some Venus Ultra Sketch Extra Smooth 200 GSM drawing paper, and when you use alcohol markers, it's quite important to have a smooth paper. It's also quite important to put something behind the paper, as alcohol markers do bleed through. So I've got another sheet of paper I'm putting behind just to protect. I don't have lots of smooth paper. So the Bic markers come in a set, and they're very affordable. I got these from Amazon.com, and they're quite nicely organized in colors, as you can see. And then the earth tones, and then the pastels. But they are bullet nib kind of marker, and somewhat similar to a Sharpie marker. They have lovely saturated colors, as do all alcohol markers. I'll do a bit of a comparison just now with different ones. So that's the Bic markers, and I really do quite enjoy those. It's sometimes nice, like if I go on holiday or something and I just feel like taking some alcohol markers for some quick coloring, to take something like this, because you can get a blend of colors from them, and that's a nice little plastic case they come in. Then I've already mentioned the Sharpies. These are stored in an ice cream container. I have quite a large collection of them, and plonked in with them are various other alcohol markers that I got in subscription boxes. So this is a Winsor & Newton Pro marker. This is a Sketchbox marker. This is an interesting Spectrum Noir Tri-Blend marker. I've only got the one of that. And then all of my lovely Sharpies. There's the other one of that. And this is a Style File marker. And these are Rolf's metallic markers. What else have we got in here? I think this is another Sketchbox marker. Most of the Sketchbox markers that came in the Sketchbox art subscription box were all dried up. So I'm just going to put the Sharpies slightly out of the way and take out. There's such a large array of colors in Sharpie, but in the Sharpies you also get all sorts of different types of Sharpie markers, but the most readily available are they're called the Fine Point, and they have a bullet nib that you can fill color in nicely with. And then they come with an ultra fine point. Their lids are sometimes quite, so that's very nice for if you want to Be careful about what you're writing, or fill in tiny detail. The one thing about the Sharpies is that their lids are sometimes quite difficult to take off. And if you have arthritis in your hands, that can create a problem. Then I don't have many of these Rolfs. They're a schoolchild brand. I just bought, I think when I just started colouring, which was in 2016, I just bought a set of 4 or 5 of these, and I haven't used them in years, and they've gone a bit grungy, but they still have some juice in them. Not bad. Metallic marker. The Winsor & Newton Pro markers also just have a bullet nib. It's quite a fine bullet nib, and they're rather nice markers. Very smooth. This brand, Style File, it's the only one I have in this. I think it came in a sketch box, or it came in a scrawler box. I'm not quite sure which one. So this has both a chisel and a bullet nib. Actually, it's not a bullet nib. Wow, that's a brush nib. So that's quite nice. Brush nibs are my alcohol marker of choice. Then the Sketchbox one also has a chisel nib. I was quite sad. I think there were 3 of them that were completely dried up. I had to put them in the bin, and then it's nearly dried, so I gave up getting Sketchbox. They don't mail to South Africa anyway, and I used to send them to an address that forwards mail to you from America, and I think that they were probably stored upright or something like that, and took too long to get here, so I couldn't return them to Sketchbox either, and so I found a lot of the stuff from Sketchbox I just couldn't use. This is a tri-blend marker, so it's quite nice. It comes with a light and a medium and a dark, all in the one marker. So it's quite awesome if you wanting to blend your colors together, but it's quite bulky. I don't think I'm going to be buying more of these. Okay, so that's the Sharpies and the big markets. Next in my list of supplies comes something that I can't really call alcohol markers, but that I do use along the lines of alcohol markers, and these are highlighters. So sometimes if I'm doing something like a mandala or something, I will do an undercoat in a highlighter and then color over it with pencil, and it gives a lovely bright color. So I bought some of those. I haven't done it very often, but speaking about it makes me feel like doing it again. And then also came in my very first scrawler box these Pilot Friction erasable highlighters, and same story. You can use the highlighter and then you can go over it, and these are erasable. Are the Blick markers, Blick Studio markers. These come from America, from Dick Blicks art shop, which I really love. Well, I say I really love it. I've only ever been online, and I bought these. It's a sum total of my Blick Studio markers that I own, and I will get some more when I can afford them again. I'm very lucky in that I have a friend whose daughter lives in the States, and she will bring a small amount of art supplies back for me every year when she visits. So, of course, with Corona, you don't know when that will be again, but I like these markers. They're, I don't know what you would say about the shape, but it's kind of flat. It kind of reminds you of a Copic sketch. And they have a chisel nib and a brush nib, and they're lovely. They're really nice markers. So there's the brush nib. Lovely markers. I haven't used them enough yet. I'm actually looking forward to using them again. So let me put these out of the way and put the lid on my Sharpies. Sharpies have brought out so many new colors and things now. And then we come to my Copics, and this is something I've been collecting. I'll have to try and turn it on its backside. This is a set of drawers. That's one set. Then a smaller set of drawers. I don't want them all to fall out. Another set. And a smaller set of drawers. This is the one I started with. Each of the drawers has a different color family in them. And I'm going to close these drawers now and take out some of the Copics to show you. Copics come in 3 different styles. Got the least interesting colors here, of course. Never mind. They come in the original Copic marker, and they come in the Copic sketch, and they come in the Copic char. People call them Copic and Copic, and I don't know what the correct pronunciation is. So I tend to call them Copics or Copics, whichever way my mind's going on that day. So with the original one, you get a bullet nib, fairly fine, and it is shown on the edge, and then you get a chisel nib. So that's the Copic, and then my other alcohol marker, and the last alcohol marker type that I own, and I have quite a few of these, but they seem to have been taken out of production in South Africa, are called graphits. So I kind of matched some of these. This is the same color as a B69 in a Copic, where I could find that out. These come in numbers, and they're bullet nib and chisel nib. This one's running dry again already. All my flesh tones run dry first. I was going to talk about paper, but I think this video has probably got long enough, so I think I'll talk about markers, alcohol markers and marker paper in the next video. So I'd just like to, before I go, say thank you very much for watching. If you could hit like, and if you could subscribe to my channel, it would help me enormously. I desperately want to get to 1,000 subscribers, and I'm miles away from that. So if you found this at all helpful or enjoyable, please hit subscribe if you haven't already. If you have already, I thank you most sincerely. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.